everyone, and welcome to this episode of Peace Talks. This is a series where we catch up with the bands and artists that are coming to play for us at the Mars Bar in Worcester. And today I'm joined by Rod Oughton from tomorrow's new Quartet, who's coming up on Thursday, the 28th of May. So, hi, Rod. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, man. Happy to be here.
So, a drummer and band leader of several projects. So, you've got tomorrow's new quartet, which we'll talk about in a bit. But you've also Imperfect Bread. I think I've got one of your CDs from that. OK Aurora and Sargento Pimienta. One that
Yeah,
I've
oh wow, you've done
not,
your research. Yeah,
not come across yet. I've not got any of those. I got tomorrow's new quartet CD, and I think I've got the OK Aurora one across there. So, yeah, quite different music across all four of those projects. So we'll dig into that a little bit as well.
Mm.
Let's start a bit earlier on, sort of where you got into music and playing. What sort of age did you start, and where did it start for you, really?
Well, yeah, I had my first drum lesson on my 10th birthday, actually. I think some teachers had recommended to my parents that I do something to kind of expel the amount of energy that I had in the classrooms, causing a bit of disruption. So they recommended drum lessons. So yeah, I started on my 10th birthday. And then it's really thanks to my granddad that I got into jazz because he was a kind of amateur tenor player that he used to play around West London and Surrey in the 50s and 60s with a band called the Phil Jennings Dance Band. And he told me a great story that he used to play in Staines Town Hall on a Saturday night from I think about 8 o'clock till midnight. And he told me he used to get paid £1.50. I remember that was I don't know why that inspired me into a career in music, but yeah. So he took me to see the Glenn Miller Band. I
Right.
think that was one of the first jazz concerts I saw when I was about 12, 11 or 12, and yeah, from there, I knew that I really liked that music, and he encouraged me to play with some youth ensembles and stuff, and it went from there really.
Mm. Cool. So you believe you went on to study at Royal Academy of Music first, and then on to the Welsh College of Music and Drama, was it?
Yeah, I did the JRAM Junior Academy when I was 16, 17. Then then I went on to Welsh to do my undergrad when I was 18. Yeah.
Cool. And when did you start writing your own stuff? Was that early on, or did
I
you?
was yeah, I was writing at Welsh, but it was pretty dire. I mean, if I hear back some of that music, it was very I didn't really have a clue what I was doing. I was basically button bashing on Sibelius, but it's been a long process with writing, but definitely one that I've always loved the feeling of putting a composition in front of musicians and then it
Mhm.
coming to life and being in the room when the first time it gets played. I have always found that really magical. So it's something I've always enjoyed. It's not always been something that I've got good at, something that I was good at, but I've grafted. I've worked quite hard at it. So I think I'm a slightly better composer, definitely than I used to be. Um, but yeah, I've always loved it.
Mm. And with tomorrow's new quartet, is that music that you've written, sort of written most of the parts and such like that, or is some of it, is there collaboration goes on with the
No,
quartet?
it's all my compositions.
Mhm.
We play a few. I think we play a Keith Jarrett tune sometimes, Abdul Ibrahim tune. We play a Chick Corea tune. I mean, we play some music from the artists that have influenced us,
Mm.
but the vast majority of the music in the pad is they're my compositions. Yeah.
Cool. And is there any? Because I think I was reading. I think it was on. It was actually one of Ian Mann's reviews. That was. I can't remember if it was for the Together Now, All Together Now album. But anyway, yeah, I was reading that the album was pretty much, or the quartet you got together sort of just before COVID, or started playing together just before
Yeah,
COVID, and then a lot of the material was written throughout COVID. So.
yeah, that's kind of where the name and the concept of the band came from because it was such a difficult time. I mean, for everybody, but for musicians as well. And I was in lockdown and just writing a lot of music on my own and kind of getting a bit lost in the whole composition process and the isolation and everything. And I had in my mind the musicians I wanted to play with, and in my mind how the music was going to sound, and it
Mhm.
was all going to come together in this kind of post-apocalyptic world after the lockdown was finished. So the tomorrow's new quartet, that's kind of where the name came from as well. That it was all very much conjured up in isolation, but with a kind of optimistic hope for
Hmm.
tomorrow, kind of sewn into the music.
And then the album came out when you were all together. We're
Exactly.
all
We were all
together
together
now.
now,
Yeah,
and that was the
yeah.
record. Yeah, yeah, very true. Yeah, that was 2022, I think.
22, yeah.
But yeah,
On yeah.
yeah,
And so the lineup, I think so the original lineup on that was Helena Kay on sax, and then you had
yeah.
additional Gordon, sorry, on
Josh Gordon. Yeah, yeah,
keys, and
yeah.
then Flo Moore on bass. So I think Flo's been up. She played with Sam Leake's Looking Glass band
Okay.
a
Oh,
couple of
the
years ago. So
fusion
yeah,
band.
she's been up
Yeah.
before. But so yeah, that was a lineup that you had for that album.
Mm.
And then I think so. I said it was a year ago actually, almost to the week that in Digworth Jazz when you played
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
down there. So that's when I saw you guys play, and then I think the book we sorted out the bookings soon after that.
Mm.
Soon after that gig. So I think so the lineup you had then was with Tom Smith on sax, wasn't it? And then Sam Watts was on
And
keyboard.
Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the new iteration of the band because yeah, Helena, who's now called Harbin, actually Harbin is I think was finding it difficult to book their own gigs as well as play with my band because because they're pushing their own project as well, and
Yeah.
they were very much the front person of tomorrow's new quartet. I think
Right.
promoters
Okay.
didn't want to have both of us playing, so I think
Hmm.
they made the decision to step back. I really miss having Harbin around actually in the band because they're amazing. So they gave so much to the band, and Desh is playing with Olivia Dean. So I
Hmm.
mean, you can appreciate why he's not about as much. Although we played in Ireland on the weekend, and he came to
All right.
Ireland
Oh, cool.
in between. They were playing in Italy with Olivia on Friday and in Newcastle with Olivia on Sunday. And
Oh,
in
wow.
between, he came to Ireland and came and played with us.
Oh,
And it
fantastic.
was, man, I love that guy. It was amazing to see him again and play and stuff. I miss him as well. But yeah, Sam and Tom have come in and they're incredible. I play with them in a bunch of other projects as well. And yeah, I love the way those guys play. Sam was a very natural choice for me because he plays Brazilian music so well.
Hmm.
And a lot of my music is inspired by Brazilian music. And Tom is just man, he's just Mr. Saxophone. Plays saxophone beautifully, plays the flute beautifully, plays the bass clarinet beautifully. So
Yeah.
it gives me a lot of options compositionally.
Yeah, because
Um,
he's played a couple of times as well. So I think he was a last minute second dep for Tristan Banks quartet when Tristan came in
mm,
2023.
okay,
And yeah, that was I think that's the first time I'd seen him play actually, and it was astounding because he was playing the flute and the saxon there,
he's
and stuff
amazing.
that he just learnt the day before sort of thing.
Yeah, he's amazing.
And then he came back with Resolution 88
Oh
in
yeah, yeah.
November last year.
I was actually speaking to Tom when we did this island gig on Saturday. He's the perfect person to have in your band because he's not only amazing, but he's also just a total ray of sunshine. Because you have to do a lot of pretty unpleasant stuff if you're in a independent small jazz band. You have to get long buses, long trains,
Yeah,
long
yeah.
planes, not much money, eat rubbish food and sleep on the floor and stuff. But he's always so positive and cheery and yeah, that's almost as valuable to a band leader as the
Yeah,
playing
Tom
side.
O'Grady said much the same actually. He said it was
Oh,
just
really?
that's such
Mm.
a delightful fella to work with.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
great. He's
so
great. Yeah.
fantastic
But
musician.
having
And
said that, he's not going to be there.
no, I
He's
know,
not
I know.
coming on Thursday.
Yeah, do you want
Mm.
to talk us through the lineup that's going to be there then?
Yeah, yeah. Well, Harry Brunt's coming, and Harry Brunt is amazing sax player. He's one of my best friends as well, and he is very much involved with tomorrow's new quartet. He plays whenever Tom can't do it, basically. So Harry's done the gig a bunch of times. So it's a very safe pair of hands with Harry. And Pete Come's doing it, and Pete's back over from, he's a very old friend of mine, but he's been in Australia for a bit recently. So we're quite lucky to have I think Flo's in Japan or Australia with Alpha Mist.
Ah,
But
right, okay, yeah, I saw recently
he's
she
playing
was
with
touring with
Alpha.
them, yeah.
But Pete's coming and yeah, Pete is, I've been playing with him since I was knee high to a grasshopper, as they say, and he's a phenomenal bass player and got amazing groove, amazing sound. So yeah, we're quite lucky to have him. He's going to be great.
Yeah, are those because I think is Harry or Pete or both of them in one of the other? projects
Yeah,
of yours, isn't
Pete is actually in OK Aurora
right?
and he's in Sargento Pimienta.
Right. Okay.
So he's a real I mean we're going for a kind of Philly Joe Paul Chambers hookup. We're not that notorious just yet, but yeah, he's one of the bass players that I really love playing with in terms of his time feel. He's amazing. And me and Harry co-lead Sargento Pimienta actually. So he's in that, and he also regularly plays with OK Aurora as well. So
Right. Okay. And anyone who's watching that may have seen Howl Quartet will know Harry
mm,
and Pete from there. So I saw
yeah, amazing.
Howl Quartet for the first time in Birmingham, Birmingham Jazz last Friday. So if
Mm.
anyone watching was in Birmingham, then come down and see half the team
Yeah, I know.
playing.
Yeah, and I was covering Matt Parkinson. I played with Hal Quartet last
Ah,
month
right. There you
in
go.
Nottingham at Peggy. So actually, it's very incestuous, our kind of world, you know. So
We can build this one as tomorrow's Howling Quartet
absolutely,
for
tomorrow's new
Thursday's
house.
gig.
Yeah, yeah, great. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, yeah,
Love it. Yeah, we'll do that. A one-off gig,
yeah,
special for
absolutely.
our because it's our fourth anniversary, as I mentioned before.
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah,
you
4 years
saying. Yeah,
of
congratulations.
music spoken here at the Mars Bar. Lord knows how it's managed to keep going that long, but
Yeah,
yeah, I had 3 years in mind when I started out. I thought, let's give it 3 years and see what happens.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Wow.
and
Yeah,
it's growing. It's going in the right direction. It's just slow, you know. It's not something that, but I always think if something's really successful to start with, then it's a bad sign because it'll probably fizzle
it'll
out.
fizzle out. Yeah,
Build it slowly,
yeah.
gradually, and it
Have
gets
you
better.
got a new, and now that you've done 3 years, have you got a new, and you've passed that point, now you're at four, do you think, have you got another kind of window of time in your head, or are you just seeing how it goes?
Well, I'm definitely getting to get it to 5 years, so that's
Yeah.
one more year, yeah. Because we're now in our fifth year, we haven't completed four.
Mm.
So yeah, I've got because I've been pretty much funding it from the start. So
Mm.
that's one of the reasons why sort of 3 years was kind of, but yeah, so it's starting to thin out the funding now. So I might be looking at getting more
Sure.
funding some external funding for the first time going into next year. But
So
yeah,
you
we'll
haven't had
see.
any art, you haven't had any Arts Council funding?
No, not well. I'm part of Jazz Midlands, and through Jazz Midlands in 2023 and 2024, we had a very small amount. That was so that's an organisation. There's about 12 or so promoters, and Phil Rose from Birmingham Jazz. He sort of
Mm.
heads
Mm.
that up. So he's been applying for the last few years for sort of network grant that we've been getting to so we can support touring artists and stuff like that as part of that. So
Oh, cool.
um, yeah, so I've had a little bit of from there, and you know, a couple 2 or 3 years ago. But yeah, other than that, it's I've not needed to go for Arts Council funding, and it's been sufficiently long-winded, I think, and negative feedback from people who've gone in and tried to do it for me to avoid doing it till now. But I'm actually looking at other options outside of the Arts Council rather than Arts Council because I think it might be more successful. But yeah, anyway, so but
Okay,
we'll
cool.
yes, we'll I'm booked through. I've got through the full program booked through to February, end
Oh,
of
wow.
February.
Amazing.
And then we'll be booking through till June, so the spring summer. I'll get that planned in September. So that's definitely going ahead. But beyond that, I can't stop. It's just I've got to work out how I can carry on.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, it's
Um,
fantastic, man.
but it's been great, a great opportunity to get loads of bands to play in Worcester. Some of them
Mm,
coming to the
mm.
West Midlands for the first time.
Yeah.
And um, Yeah, and bands that I've just wanted to see from years back and
Yeah, yeah,
bring them to my doorstep. So at least I get to see a good gig if no one else does.
yeah. Yeah. Amazing.
So yeah, let's talk about the music that you've got you'll be playing. What sort of stuff is can we look forward to?
Yeah, well, we've got some stuff off our new record. We're mainly playing stuff from the new record that's coming out next year. And that's featuring Ben van Gelder, that record. So that's very exciting. The kind
Right.
of Dutch superstar alto player. So yeah, a lot of that music is influenced by my time in Brazil. I went and studied in Brazil for about 4 months a few years ago at this school called MSB Tom Jobim in São Paulo, and it totally revolutionized my approach to drumming and my approach to composition. Just learning about Brazilian music, learning about samba from Brazilians, and
Mm,
in such an amazing city. Um, and so since then, yeah, my writing's taken a slightly different direction. It's gone become a lot more influenced by Hermeto Pascoal, Egberto Gismonti, um, and yeah, kind of Brazilian jazz. So there's definitely going to be some stuff like that. And I've also got two pretty new tunes that we played for the first time a few months ago. So they were kind of workshopping these two new. So there's going to be some new material as well. So I think
mhm.
that's probably what people can expect.
Fantastic. I'm loving the Brazilian thing because we've just
Mm,
I suppose, yeah, because Tristan Banks had spent a bit of time in Brazil, and some of his
mm.
music's Brazilian sort of influenced. And then we had in January this year, we had Davide Giovannini's Minas project come down,
Okay.
and that was all set to be a fantastic gig. I mean, it was a fantastic gig, but it was on the night of Storm Goretti.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, so most people couldn't make it down. It was
Oh,
only
shame.
about 25 people in there, but there was a group, there's a table of about five or six Brazilian people that have never come to the club
Mm,
before. So yeah, they came down for that, and since then I've got Neil Langilly, the keys player from
mm,
that band is coming down. Um, and then in September I've also got I don't know if you've heard of Frederico Heliodoro. He's a
mm.
Brazilian bass player and producer. It was Tom Ford, the guitarist.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tom put me in touch with him. So he's in the UK for a week. It's actually between my normal programming week, but I've got him coming up
Oh, amazing.
on
Cool.
then. And then I've got I'm just looking at my board. I've got do you know Bayana? It's actually Laura Doyle is the vocalist, but she's worked with Snowboy and she had an album out last year. Might have been 24 actually, blimey.
Mm.
Yeah, so she's coming up as well
Oh, cool.
in November. So yeah, we got a bit of Brazil.
A bit of Brazil. Yeah,
I was
great.
trying to aim to get a series of four sort of Latin Brazilian gigs together to open up the season in
Yeah.
September, but it's difficult lining people up. So they're spread out a little bit, but we've got some. So I'm hoping to if any of that table of five people that came along to the Davide Giovannini gig are watching, then come down, keep an eye on us because yeah, and come down for tomorrow's new quartet as well because there'll
Oh,
be
you should speak to Sam as well. Sam has his own Brazilian trio. It's called Jangala Trio, I think.
okay.
But yeah, you should speak to Sam because yeah, he's Mr. Brazil. He's amazing, amazing.
Fantastic. There we go. Look, we got our next spring and summer
Already sorted.
already booked
Yeah,
up in this
yeah,
conversation alone.
yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, really looking forward to hearing the band come and play for us. So,
Mm.
thanks for your time today and safe trip up and around. And I know you're all sort of coming in from different areas, so we'll
Yeah,
see you. Hopefully, get to Worcester safe and sound and hit stage 8 p.m. So it's doors 7:30. That's on Thursday, the 28th of May. Tomorrow's new quartet at the Mars Bar. Thanks very much, Rod. Take
yeah.
care.
Cheers, Dave. See you then.